Last week, we prepped the galley for veneer and paint and finished off with a complete project. This week, we are making our own custom color match caulking, wiring in a new outlet, and having an unconventional anniversary celebration. I'm Sid, and these are my best friends. My mom, Kim, my dad, Ty, and my sister, Maddie, who before starting her own adventure, joined us in rocking out a state-of-the-art refit on our floating home. Now, we're ready to set sail to die with memories, not dreams, and live dauntless. Before we get started, we just wanted to clear up any confusion. We are currently working on the Lagoon 450, which is the boat we are getting ready to put on the market. Now, let's get into the video. What are you doing?
All right, so what happened is that we've got custom tinted paint, which is here, that matches the veneer. And all that's fine and dandy, and I thought surely with this tan color there's going to be a caulking that's really close that we can get to be able to caulk all our seams in and panel joints and what have you. However, we were not able to find that after, I don't know, 5, 6 different colors of tan. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so what I found is this really cool stuff made by Red Devil called Create a Color, and it allows you to take clear caulking and put latex paint in it and custom match it to your paint color to what they claim is a perfect match. So the first 12 to 24 hours it should be a little lighter, and then as it cures out it should be the same color. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how this works while I learn how it works. So the first thing you do is you squeeze the end of this tube without making a mess, hopefully, until the plunger comes out. Scrape off the excess. It says clean 1 inch of the end of the tube, right here, at least 1 inch down, so that the plunger seals. This is actually a really cool idea. They don't sell it at Home Depot. We had to buy it on Amazon. I'll put the link below in case you want to try it.
Here's your trash.
Oh, that's a much better idea. All right. Okay. It's all clean in there. Now we need 10 milliliters, which is this syringe full of latex paint. Alright, so that's our custom color paint. We're going to put that down on the inside of there. I know this is the cool part. In theory. Don't worry, I watched the YouTube video.
So you've seen professionals do it.
I've seen it happen. Seem to enjoy it. Alright, so it says you're supposed to push this plunger slowly down to the bottom.
Like where it meets the caulk? Or all the way to the bottom of the...
Down to the tip.
Ooh, all the way in.
All the way.
That's what she said! That's what she said!
Can't miss an opportunity. Did you break it?
Did you just break it?
No. So then you
Oh.
push this all the way in and you screw this down, and there's a rubber, like, big fat washer in here. So as you screw this down, it squeezes out on the tube and it holds this in the end. So can you see it's all streaky?
Mm-hmm.
So watch this. And then turn it 180 degrees, push it back in. Sounds really gross.
Do you know what that sound is called?
Oh, do tell, Sydney.
Squelch.
Squelch?
Yes.
That's
It's
different than
this-
squelch on a radio?
What?
That's different than squelch on a handheld radio?
Yeah, it's like the same sound when you've got like rubber boots stepping in mud or something, that sound, it's called a squelch.
Learn something new.
So you're supposed to do this for 1 to 2 minutes. Throw this.
Maybe?
So it's supposed to be a little bit lighter than the paint.
Well, it is. Or it seems to me.
That's pretty damn close.
Impressive.
Some slick shit right there. Alright, so then you bring this down to get all the air out. And then I don't want any of the white on here.
You're gonna waste all that?
I'm going to mix the next one.
Oh.
So I'm going to squeeze this all the way up.
Whoa.
And then when you let it go, it pulls.
Look at that. So nifty.
So we have, Kim reminds me there's an L in this word, caulking. Alright. I need more paper towel.
Now that the caulking is mixed, we can caulk in the places in the galley that need it. Daddy, are you taking off your nail polish?
It's called self-care. Yeah,
Are you gonna have me repaint them?
maybe something fancy. Everyone wants to know why I paint my toenails. I don't paint my toenails. The girls took me out for a pedicure on Father's Day because I had jungle foot, and just kind of feel like I'm getting more for my money if they paint my toenails while they do it. I mean, the girls get their toenails painted and it's the same price, so why not? And
You've been getting them done for years.
yeah, cool like that. So in fact, I think if you go back and watch one of our first videos when we are
Touring, I think it's episode 2 when you're touring.
yeah, we're touring this boat.
In the BBIs.
And hardly anybody got it back then, but there was a couple comments like, did that dude paint his toenails? As I'm climbing up on the mast. So, yeah. I have teenage girls.
Well, not anymore. We're in our 20s now, Dad.
Well, I had teenage girls, and then it just kind of became a thing, and it's kind of funny. You get the weird looks because people are insecure about it. It's kind of funny.
Girl Dad.
Girl dad.
Yeah.
So
We ran into a guy on the strip that also, he was with his daughter, his young daughter, and he had his toes painted as well.
it's the weirdest conversation I had. And they were the same color, and I was like, "Hey, dude, nice toenail polish." And he looked at me like, "What?"
And then he saw yours, and he was like, girl dad.
Girl dad.
That's right.
Yeah. So there you go.
Support your daughters, dads.
That's right. Support your daughters. Be secure.
Be secure.
Alright, so we're moving on to the final area
Yes.
in the salon and galley, which is the ugly nav station.
And a mess of wires, and I haven't done anything to this since we bought this boat. And I did swap out the VHF and put a new VHF cable in, but it's really just this was a band-aid because I couldn't get the other VHF radio installed in enough time for a trip we had. So I'm going to take all of this stuff out, clean all of this up, and I'm going to change this backer here. This is going to get a vinyl wrap in black, and it is going to get our new B&G VHF with AIS, and yeah, I'm also going to put our our controller for our batteries is going to get installed inside of here with a power supply, so that everything is nice and neat and there's no cords and it's very sexy and nice. That's what we're going to do. So,
I love that.
I got to cut all this stuff out now. And the sound you hear in the background is the water maker running.
Yes. We need to give it a workout, so.
So what I'm taking out here is the old water alarms. These are high water alarms. We have installed new high water alarms, and the actual switches and water alarms are over in the utility panel where all the rest of our electronics are at. So I can take them out of here now.
All right. So Ty is running the wire for an outlet that we are putting in the nav station so that we can mount the Raspberry Pi or the V2 controller into the nav station board so that it's flush and pretty and mounted and easily visible and it's not command stripped.
Pay no attention to the command strips.
Because I had a command stripped on the top and it worked very, very well, but I think this is a much cleaner install.
Yeah, this is a way better go. So I'm gonna wire this to the salon outlets. It's gonna jumper from here to here, and we'll be able to power that up and have everything hidden with no wires here when we're done.
Yay.
Tomorrow. But for right now, I just have to get the outlet in.
Okay.
So here we go.
Good job. Carry on. And what gauge wire is this?
12, baby. We only do our outlets in this boat in 12 gauge wire, which is probably overkill, but I'd rather have better conductivity and less resistance, and I know that I can pretty much plug whatever I need to into it that will run on a 20 amp circuit without overheating the wires or overtaxing the system. In fact, almost every outlet in the whole boat, with just a couple exceptions, each individual outlet has its own breaker, except for the 2 salon and the 2 galley. Other than that, everything's on its own.
We are using a matte black carved vinyl to cover the new face for the nav desk. The glossy vinyl you see is the UV protectant we use to trim the cabin windows.
All right, everybody. I have had multiple questions about the veneer, vinyl, architectural film, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of people have equated it to like a boat wrap. And there's some other channels out there, or another channel that's wrapped their boats. There's people that wrap their cars. And a lot of people have assumed that this type of vinyl or architectural film is the same thing, and it's not. And so I want to show you how that, well, I want to show you the difference. This is a wrap like you'd have on a boat or a car or what have you. This is what they use for banks and other boats and airplanes and all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to show you this real quick if you want to come in here, Sid. This stuff has a real thick paper backing to it, but the material itself is very thin and it's stretchy. You can reposition it over and over again. It's a different product, and it allows you to do curves and radiuses and things like that. This is completely opposite. When I peel the back off of this, you can see the backing is, about as thick as this is, right? And this is very thick, like this. This is extremely durable. It's very thick. It's color fast all the way through. And it's very abrasion resistant. Whereas if I take a knife like this and I drag it across this, you can actually see that it will create lips and tears in it. Now I take the same deal and I go like this, and it does not have the same compromise on the surface. They're 2 different materials for 2 different applications. This is, of course, what we used on this new nav station, so we can change it and easily repair it or change the configuration later. It's a super simple way to go. We did the same thing on the breaker panel when I built the breaker box and covered the aluminum plate that was in the front of that to hide all the old writing. This is the stuff that I used. So, different application, different material. They both have their use, but this is definitely not the same as this. And you would not want to wrap the inside of your boat with this kind of stuff, because I think it would be very fragile and it wouldn't work as good. This is the way to go. Architectural film, guys.
We'll link the website that we got it from.
Yes.
Down below.
Yeah, this is, you can buy this from, oh gosh, a bunch of different places.
3M has a very similar product.
Yeah, Avery, 3M. You can contact your local graphics company or car wrap. You can actually buy this in bulk online. I'll put some links in for that. And then this stuff, 3M makes a product called Dynoc. This happens to be a film from MBA, but we'll link that down as well. And they, of course, everyone has different colors, and from solids to metallics to wood grain, leather. You can really make it look however you want. But there's a quick clarification. That's the different types of film. That's why we use them in different applications, and I hope that helps. I'm mixing up some fairing here because I took out some switches that we no longer use in the boat for lighting that we've changed, and then this was actually where the propane sensors were from down in the hulls. Well, we don't have propane in the boat anymore, so therefore we don't need propane sensors. So that's come out. I cut 2 plywood plugs. I fit them snug, and I just knocked them in with the butt of the chisel to get a nice snug fit. And then I'm actually just gonna fair over it, and then I'll be able to sand that. When we put the vinyl over top of it, it'll be nice and smooth, and it would be like it was never there. And fixing it this way, if I need to cut into it or somebody wants to add something there in the future, they could easily cut through the wood and the fairing, no problem, and add anything that they want in there.
With the last bit of caulking, the nav desk is now complete, and it looks amazing. Now we can officially check the salon and the galley off the list of things we need to do.
Happy anniversary.
I'm sorry, I'm sick.
So today is 24 glorious years that Kim and I have celebrated being married together. And we were supposed to be down in West Palm Beach having a romantic evening and dinner and all of that, but somebody had to get sick.
What boys have you been kissing?
Yeah,
I don't have
right?
mono, so that's not this boy. That's the boy I've been kissing.
Well,
This is why we pick men on, not boys.
Oh, darn it.
so we are having Chinese food and having a little takeouts, a little special treat, and
Before I go back to bed.
I think we've got about 15 minutes with Kim before she gets tired and has to go back and fall asleep again. But it's been 24 great years, and it's been quite the ride. And thanks for coming with me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and thanks for celebrating with us. And if you've been around the block a couple times, let us know in the comments how long you've been married to the love of your life. So have a great night, guys. We're gonna finish some dinner, and we'll see you later.